So again, we're dealing with the fact that only 4% of this generation is going to follow Christ if we keep on the trends that we're going on. And we want to fix that. We want to transform our community for Christ and support you in the process of that happening. And so we talked about removing barriers and how we're building tools. And the great thing about all these tools is it's all seamless. So for example, the Get a Ride app that I showed you the last time, well, guess what? You manage your driver's list all through here, and you can see who's available to drive and who's not. You can, when you do leaders, you can add them as just a leader. You can add them as just a driver, and they only can sit there and update their driver profile. And so, they're putting in that info and keeping it up to date for you. You have the ability to check it all in one place, so it's all seamless, all time saving. Now, the next thing we're talking about is if we're going to sit there and reach that other 96%, we believe we need to try to meet kids where they are. We want to get them connected to the church. That is the end goal. But finding a way to get them to come may not bring the community transformation we want. We may have to go out and get them. And so we've done a couple things to kind of prepare for this process. Now, one of these things, or a couple of these things are ready to go. One of them is kind of is in the works and almost done. So one is, resources. So from that ministry admin console, you can sit there and update and upload resources, discipleship materials, Bible study materials to help your kids grow in their faith. Because again, you can't be there all the time. 2 days a week for an hour each time may not be enough to help them grow spiritually, right? And so we want to equip them with more tools so they can continue to grow spiritually, but also so they're ready and equipped to reach their friends. When there's a need that comes up, when there's a question that comes up, when there's a hurt that comes up, they're there and they're ready to meet that need. Also, with those resources, we want kids to be able to share the gospel with their friends. We want them to be ready to do that. And so we built this gospel track. Now, this gospel track is fully touch friendly. And here's the great thing that happens. It uses Romans 6:23. And as they drag these things in, be it mouse or finger, they get this little script here that kind of helps them to explain. So you can walk through them with this on a Sunday morning, on a Wednesday night, another time, train them how to share the gospel. Train them how to use this tool. But the scripts are to kind of help them out, how to jog their memory. And so as they're walking someone through the gospel, walking them through what to do, and they're sharing this truth with them, it's always ready. They can sit there and pull it up. They can bookmark this to their home screen on their phone or other device. And they're sitting there and they're able to share the truth wherever they are, whenever it needs to happen, okay? And they're doing it with tools that, at school they're encouraged to have. And so it's not like they're going to be probably disappearing. And so we wanted to do that. So again, we're talking about removing those barriers, reaching those kids where they are. And so part of that is, again, equipping our kids to be able and go out and reach their friends for Christ through those resources, through the gospel. Now, we recently, this past year, have also discovered another thing, and this is kind of just helping you, I want you to think about how can you go out and reach kids where they are? How can you transform from just trying to figure out how to get kids to come to actively going out and finding them, right? So one of the things we've been able to do is we're fortunate. It was on one of our student associates' heart to go out and basically partner with a campus. Go, how can I help? And so he partnered with the football coaches and the FCA, and basically got a foot in the door to where he's been able to serve, help feed kids, and through that, our church has been able to do a lot of things as well. And they've kind of supported us in turn. And so it's been a great relationship. And a lot of kids have got connected to the church through that. And it wasn't going, hey, let me go make an announcement, invite kids to church. It was, let me go plug into what you're doing. Here are the needs that are going on. Help you meet them and bring you in. So one of the things we're working towards doing is saying, hey, we want kids to get connected where they are. So we're adding in this connect thing. So this is just the ministry information about your ministry. All right. I'm going to refresh this so that form's not filled out. There's also the thing where you can get connected at your school. Now, if they don't see their school, they can contact you so you can know they're there. And guess what happens? You're going to make a connection before they ever step foot in the door. But if it is, so let's say the school, it's going to pull up the ministry name, the adult contact, the student contact, because we want both, and the information kind of about where they meet, what do they do, what sort of things are happening. And so that's one of the things we're adding as well, is going, okay, we would love to have a footprint on every single campus, and we fully believe that that is doable and that is necessary. And so that's what we're working towards. And then again, we're building a tool to make it easier for that to be accessed. So what is it that you need to do? How can you go reach kids where they're at? And then in turn, how can you utilize the cloud to help in that process. And if there's something missing, let us know. Every one of us is in a unique ministry context, and we want to make this work for as many people as possible. But again, our goal is we want to transform our churches, our communities for Christ. And we're saying whatever it takes, we are going to do it no matter how outside the box or weird it may seem. We want to do that, put the work in, and see it happen.